Hey everybody, welcome to another fly tying video from WholesingersFlyShop.com. Today we're sticking with our steelhead theme this month, and I'm going to show you a caddis pattern, steelhead lake caddis, and we've actually caught them topwater on elk hair caddis, but this is just a nymph pattern that I'm going to show you here. It's really easy to tie. It can be really colorful if you want it to, and change the colors up on it so you have a mixture of different colors. And I'm going to show you in the video here in a couple of seconds a couple of different colors that I tied it in. So let's get into tying it. It's actually a really easy tie, and it actually makes a really nice looking buggy pattern too. And don't be afraid to try it on your trout stream for your local trout also, because caddis are in almost all the streams that you fish, and this is a good representation of it. So here it is. Let's get into tying the steelhead caddis. Okay, here you see the fly in the vise. This is the green color I told you about. I'm going to switch it out. Here is one, this is one I tied with the fuchsia colored ribbing. Very cool, not ribbing, but tinsel. So very cool looking, just different. Something different to offer the fish. And here's one where I put some orange thread with mylar tinsel. You can see how flashy and translucent that is. Really cool looking. Anyhow, let's get into tying this fly. So I'm going to put my hook in the vise here. The hook I'm using is a Firehole 317, and it is in a size 14. So you can see the hook here, and the bead I am using is a black tungsten bead in 3.8 millimeter. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start out with my thread. For thread, I'm using a 140 denier fluorescent orange. This is going to end up making my hot spot on this fly. Next thing is for the ribbing on this fly, I'm using a piece of monofilament. And I'm using some 0.006 mono. It's actually 3-pound test. So we're just going to tie that down on there. And you see how I got a little bit back around the bend here. It's a caddis. I want it to have that caddis look. Okay, I'm going to take 3 pieces of peacock herl. I'm just going to pull 3 of them out here. And I'm going to tie them in by the tip end. And just get them tied on here and get them to go down the back. I'm going to go clear back to where I stopped there with that monofilament. And then we're going to cover it up, pull them off. They'll pull off real easy. Okay, the next thing we're going to add on is a piece of vinyl D-rib. And we're just going to put it on upside down. It's called D-rib for a reason, because there's a flat side to it and a rounded side. And I'm going to give you a tip here. What I like to do is I like to pinch it in my fingers and take the end and kind of pull and stretch on it as good as I can. It'll thin it out a little bit, so when I'm tying it down on the back, it's not as heavy. It's not as thick when I tie it down on the back. So we're just going to pull again. Try to keep it on the back as best you can so it stays nice and round. Alright, we're going to tie that down. And once we get that tied down, I'm going to wrap this back up to the front, and I'm actually going to tie it off real quick. Just a simple half hitch is good. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch my thread. And I'm switching to some body quill. This is chartreuse body quill. And I'm just going to put that on top here. Work it just like thread. And I'm going to cover up this orange thread with the chartreuse body quill. Try to get back here as best I can, cover it all up, and just get a nice layer on it. This stuff is really thin, so it takes a good bit to cover it up, but it's really thin, so it doesn't make it too much thicker, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Now that you see I got the color on there that I want, I'm going to tie this off. And then I'm going to come back with my orange thread. You could have left your orange thread on there, but it just makes it a lot easier to just pop it off. Put that on right behind the head again, behind the bead I mean. Then I'm going to come in with my clear stretched or vinyl D-rib. And I'm just going to make the body on this and just wrap it side by side, nice tight wraps. And I want to stop just shy of that bead. Oops, lost my hold on it there. So there we go. Just shy of that bead, so I have enough room to make a collar. I'm going to make 2 or 3 nice tight wraps here. You can see how that makes a nice segmented body. Okay. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to take this peacock curl and I'm going to bring it right up across the top. Okay. Keep it centered on the top, and then I'm going to tie it down right in behind that bead. Okay, you can see there I got it centered right down the middle of the back, and it's right on top of the bead. So now we take our mono, and I get my mono in between those ribs, and this is going to hold my peacock back in place. So I'm just going to, every one of those ribs, I'm going to put a wrap of mono in it. Alright, get our peacock out of the way here, and we'll wrap this off. Okay, now that I got the ribbing done, I'm going to trim it off. Then I'm going to take my peacock and make about 2 wraps for a collar and wrap it off, and that's all that's to it. Okay. And we're going to whip finish, and we're going to end up with a nice little hot spot collar on the front here. There you see, you have a very simple fly. Will work for steelhead, will work for stream trout. It will just work. And there you go. As I said, really easy pattern to tie. Tie it in different colors so you mix things up. Rotate your pattern whenever you're fishing. If you're fishing a green one, you're not getting any hits. Try one in a red or an orange or something different. Just throw something different at them. A lot of times, really quick, you'll pick one up just by switching colors. That, you know, they've seen the same things over and over. You throw something different at them, boom, it triggers something in them. So give that a try. And listen, guys, I'm always looking for ideas for videos. So if you have any of those ideas, shoot them out to me at holsingersflyshop@gmail.com. And also, we started putting a link in the description. When you look up the page there, you'll see the video. Underneath it, you'll see the description of the video. If you scroll down, you'll see links to all the materials in the video that you can find them at our shop at holsingersflyshop.com. So, like always, the material is always found at our website, holsingersflyshop.com. But now you can be linked directly to it by the link on our description of the video here. So, thanks for watching, guys. Until next week, I'm Sean Holsinger.